Kilkery on one side. He's 12-4 right now. The freshman, couple of freshmen, and then Brendan Davis for Penn State. He's undefeated right now, 13-0.
Zach, it's just so important to get off at 125. Most of the time we start at 125. They got to set the tone. Not just from wins and losses, but how you wrestle. And the team feeds off you. And so it's so important that you come out alert. So whether there's some weight management issues, losing weight, you got to get that settled if you're a 125-pounder.
When you're a 125-pounder, Tim, do you go into it with the mindset you've got to learn how to start a meet? Is that something you learn over time?
Wrestle through that.
Yes, and these lightweights are used to being the lighter weights, but there's 3 or 4 weights below this weight class in high school. So these guys come in here, and they were probably number 4 or 5 coming out for their dual meets. Now, they're the igniters. They're the catalysts. And it's a whole new ball game, and they've got a lot on their shoulders. It's really important that they come out alert and ready to wrestle.
Both wrestlers feeling it out here, 45 seconds in. Brendan Davis is undefeated, 13-0, and he's one of the only ranked wrestlers at 125 who is still undefeated. He's had a great rise the way he's moved his way up, and Davis right now is within grasp there and trying to get towards the top at 125 pounds.
Yeah, Braden has come from nowhere, and they didn't know who was going to be their 125-pounders. It's odd, but this is the first dominant 125-pounder for Penn State since Nico Megaluda several years ago. And so Braden Davis has been there's not a surprise, or he wouldn't be in the Penn State uniform, but he's a surprise to many that he's in there and he's having the year he's had.
A couple of Pennsylvania state champions going at it here at 125 pounds. Kilkery on the other side for Ohio State is a 3-time state champion in the state of Pennsylvania. It's a Greater Latrobe High School.
I think what you have going on here, it's not like Kilkery has not wrestled some matches, but as far as this kind of environment, what an environment. When people say there's not a seat to be had, it's usually not true. But here at Rec Hall, there's not a seat to be seen or had. It's a special, special place. But what I'm saying is Kilkery in this environment right here, that's a new deal for him. And Braden been here, wrestled, and so we'll see if, how that affects him.
Both wrestlers on their feet here so far. Not a ton of action here in the first period.
Action.
First shot by Braden. That's a good down block by Kilkery. That's a good start there because it's decision making on Kilkery's part that's going to be so important here. You make the good decisions immediately at the right time. It's easy to make good decisions looking in the rearview mirror, Zach. It's like a option quarterback, and it's where are you going to pitch that ball at the right time.
Top, bottom, neutral, defer.
Which one can get a strike here out of the get-go. Let's take a look at our State Farm State of Success. It's brought to you by State Farm. Here's Davis, the way he started. This is all within the last month, virtually, when you look at it. Went from unranked to the 3rd-ranked wrestler in the country at 125.
Wait, bottom man set.
Really important for Kilkery to be able to get off the bottom. If you're going to beat the best, you have to get off the bottom.
We were joking about, though, right now 125, that number 1 ranking has kind of been one that no one really wants.
Red neutral.
Nice job by Kilkery right here, and really did a nice job of just exploding out, getting good hand control, getting the hips separated and out inside 10 seconds.
And just 6 seconds to be able to get out of that time for Kilkery. They're in the second.
Work through that. Wrestle through that.
Nick Grosso, our referee this evening, our outside official, Angel Rivera.
One thing about Braden Davis here is he loves to get in scrambles like this because he can dump you and put you on your back. And so a little dump action there for the 3-point takedown. Really important again that Kilkery now gets up and gets out like he did on the whistle. A little tougher though when he's coming up from your belly.
Davis trying to bring him back down. Kilkery already with 1 escape, trying to make it 2 here in the second. A warning for stalling.
Warning for stalling on Davis.
Green, you're up, red, you're down.
Here's a look at that takedown.
Just a near arm, far leg,
Got a warning,
drive
right?
through, and Kilgore did a nice job of getting his
Wait for
chest
me.
down to the mat and not giving up any more
Go
near
ahead,
fall
get set.
points. Really nice by
Bottom man
Davis.
set. Cover, little pause, you're on.
Davis known for being a really tough rider. He rides like a leech, tries to get a tight waist in, but right now, Kilgore doing a nice job getting up to his feet. Davis putting him in his lap, little crab ride going on here. So important here, 28 seconds. Good hand control, can Kilgore get out? And he does.
One red, neutral.
Kilgore with
We're
2
neutral.
escapes. Davis with the lone takedown so far. He's still 8 seconds shy there of that riding time. We're in the second period at 125 pounds.
Really good effort by Kilgore, not staying on the mat,
Stop,
continuing to
stalemate,
get back
stay
to
on
his
that grip.
face, getting his feet underneath him and moving his feet with the hand control and getting out.
Set.
We'll go to the third. 1 point match here, 125. There's a good look of Cale Sanderson, his 15th
Bottom.
season as the Penn
Green's
State
going
head
bottom.
coach. We got to talk
Go ahead, get
with him
set.
before today's meeting. He said it's go time these next couple of weeks. This is when it's all going to be determined for this Penn State team.
Just got done with a workout himself and one of the best
Bottom
ever.
man set.
Athlete,
Go ahead, cover.
coach. Good look at Braden Davis underneath here. Now this is going to come down to the ability of Kilgore to get a takedown because I don't look for him to be able to ride. He's not going to even
One green
commit to it. It's
neutral.
only 1 point.
We're neutral.
It's still the same thing. I mean, he's got a takedown and a ride out would win it. And so it's either going to be a takedown late in this period that he needs or might take a couple of takedowns for Kilgore to Kilgore
Stay
could
off the
come out
throat.
on top.
Tim, if you're Vincent Kilgore, who's had a little trouble here getting in on the legs, getting in on this takedown, what's he got to do to be able to generate a little offense in the top?
Well, he's got to move Davis so that he can have good looks at angles. And you got to find that angle there and move that head. Keep moving, looking for your angles there. Just stay on him. You dictate the pace now. You dictate the tie-ups, but you got to pull the trigger now. You got to pull
Stay
the
off
trigger.
the throat. Get out of that
1
grip.
minute remains in the third period here. Davis with a 4-2 lead.
And one more shot or two, and that nice save by Davis because remember he has a stall warning.
Yeah.
And if
Wrestle through that.
Kilgore,
Work
and
through
he's got
that.
a stall point to give, Davis does, but it all counts.
Kilgore is wrestling in his first Big Ten duel of the season on a big stage in State College.
Underarms right here, double underarms.
Backing out.
Yes, they do. Call stalling. That's 1 point. Hey, you just got to get in and go right here. Get the double arms again. Push them off the mat. Do whatever you have to do. You've got the officials' attention.
Short time here at 125.
There you hear the coaches, go Vinny, go Vinny, go Vinny, go. They're right there again.
Looking to throw him.
Inside trip. No!
Scramble down.
Scramble down. Coming around. And the leg, oh, comes around and he gets, oh my gosh, yes.
Here's the take.
Oh,
That didn't get it to him.
that was close.
He's saying to throw the brick that time is Kilgore. The coaching staff.
They're going to look at it.
They wanna
don't,
look at it.
They don't need to throw the brick. I don't know. I can see why Tom is upset. It looked like there was control. It looked like that was a 3-point takedown.
Boy, here's our look at it now. A chance to be able to see it late in that match at 125.
Tried the inside trip. Continued going on. Makes the throw. Almost comes up. Does a really nice job of getting his hips up now. Letting go. I'm thinking Davis is going to hang on to that leg, but no. Kilgore slips the leg, comes out. That's 3 right
That's
there.
three, yeah.
Previous call on a takedown is under further review.
So they never gave the takedown. And right now they're reviewing to see, did he get the takedown late? And Tim, you see no question as to why he didn't.
I see no question of why he didn't. I mean, Nick Rosso
Let's see it with the clock this time because, again, remember that clock was getting late.
There you go. That might be the reason. Nice throw effort. He goes for it. I love the fearlessly free wrestling that he just did there. Kilkery now passes the leg. Look at, hides the leg there, comes around. Almost could have called it there, but right here has him covered. And he's not giving the 3 for control. He's counting for a neutral danger. But I don't know.
Long review right here at the head table.
Great effort by Kilkery.
Yeah, what
Great
a match.
I love the way he went after it, gave everything he had.
They're showing it on the replay, and Tom Ryan.
You the call on the mat stands, no takedown.
As called on the mat, no takedown, and Penn State will win at 125 pounds. And Coach Tom Ryan is not pleased.
Well, I don't blame him.
You saw it as well. Penn State gets you started at 125 pounds.
Heavyweight.
Here we go, the featured match. 141 pounds, the third-ranked wrestler in the country. Jesse Mendez is 19-1 and making his way on the mat right there. Bo Bartlett is number 2 in the country. Number 2, number 3, a couple of reigning All-Americans going at it tonight.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. If people were excited about this match before the meet started, they're even more after the first 2 matches. And, you know, my point about 125, it's not always about the wins and losses. And, for example, I mean, I know Kilkery's effort.
Keep it clean up top.
You know, really, this team, the Buckeyes, were feeding off that. And I think it had a lot to do with the energy Vizakis came out with. And that was a really good win. And so now these guys, this is something else. 2 great athletes. Different styles in one sense. I mean, Mendez did a really nice job of being relentless and pulling the trigger and taking a lot of shots. Bartlett, he's really hard to score on, so it'll be interesting to see if Mendez can get good looks, get past the head-hands defense, get to the legs.
These two have a history as teammates, too. Bartlett and Menendez were on the same U20 World team that competed in Russia 3 years ago.
Get out of that grip.
Just like Bo Bartlett went to another level last year. That's what's happening with Jesse Mendez this year. Up from 133 to 141. He's bigger, stronger, better, and he's just gone to another level. Now they're 2 and 3, and they got an opportunity, you know, to establish themselves here. Of course, Real Woods from Iowa, the #1 ranked, and so all in the Big Ten. And I make a pretty big bet right here if I was a betting guy that the NCAA champion will come out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, we talk about the upward climb and the way that this is going to be the next 6 weeks for Penn State, or really at the top climbing down, but what they have in front of them with the NCAA tournament, the Big Tens, and Iowa next week on the road. But again, Bartlett himself's got the #3 ranked wrestler in the country tonight, and then next week, like you said, he's going to be going against the #1 ranked wrestler in the country in Real Woods.
Nice defense by Mendez, and I really think that the first takedown here is huge.
Action.
More so than in most matches. It's really big, the first takedown.
Bartlett, third at the NCAA championships a season ago.
Both these guys do a really nice job in their matches of controlling the center of the mat, staying right there on that Nittany Lion logo. And so it's strength against strength here because neither of them want to have their backs against the outside.
And of the first here at 141 pounds. And we invite you to join us on the broadcast tonight. A little hashtag Friday Night Wrestling. We'll feature some of those on tonight's broadcast across the Big Ten Network. Just use the hashtag Friday Night Wrestling to see where you're watching this top 10 duel, Ohio State and Penn State.
One red neutral. We're neutral.
Nice job of Mendez getting out there. Jesse came up hard, but Bartlett wasn't going to be committed to the ride there very much. I mean, again, the effect of the three-point takedown. It's only 1 point. Now, I like the idea of someone in a close match like this establishing and being committed to the top, because it's not just about the point, the riding time point, because it takes so much starch out of your opponent. But the reality is the takedown's worth 3 points. Hey, it's just 1 point we're talking about otherwise. So Bartlett doesn't really commit to riding. Mendez gets out, 1-0.
Mendez has been a scorer. He obviously has added bonus points in 9 of the 10 duels this season and scored bonus points in 7 straight. Here tonight, he's looking for an opportunity to be able to get in on the legs, get his first takedown.
Shot by Bartlett there. Again, good defense. Same back and forth, both of them having a hard time getting through the defense of the others. Can't get to the leg, barely touching it. Mendez on that leg.
He's got the leg, trying to turn it and get the first takedown of the match.
And Bartlett does a nice job of getting in the crotch, but Mendez climbing up. He looks across, get his arm across into that double leg. If he can drive through, get to the crackdown position, and Bartlett's going to stay in that crotch lift position right there. Now, if he can hide the leg, Mendez, and hook the leg, he's got the leg hook. Now he's got to push that knee. Push that knee and get his head out. Bartlett doing a nice job there of keeping Mendez from being able to get through the hips and getting the 3 points.
So no takedown so far. We head into the third, and this time it's going to be Bartlett's turn down. It took just 6 seconds for Mendez to get himself out. Yet another match that goes down to the final period.
I'm real interested here because here's a situation that Mendez is a good rider, and he has. Now he's got the leg hook. If he could get Bartlett flattened out once or twice and get that over a minute, you know, he's working on it, but it's Bartlett's too good. Gets up to his feet, got the hip separation. We're back to our feet. It's going to come down to who gets that first takedown.
You said it early on in the first period. It may not come to the third period now.
Do it in the center.
Number 2 ranked wrestler in the country, Bartlett for Penn State, the number 3 ranked wrestler in the country.
Work through
Mendez,
that.
we got the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country at 141 of the Big Ten as well.
The only defeat of Mendez was against Matthews from Pittsburgh, and he was in this kind of situation where Matthews was able to take it down to the end and get a takedown right at the edge at the end after Mendez had controlled the entire match and ridden him. Similar here in that you're not going to see Mendez have any kind of lapse in attention and intensity right here. So now it's just who can get through the defense to the legs and not make any mistakes, because, hey, if it doesn't happen here, we go to sudden victory. You got to be ready to go, 13, 14 minutes, not just 7.
Go action.
A senior in Bartlett, a sophomore in Mendez. Changing levels there was Mendez, and now he's back up to his feet. Down to just 10 seconds for sudden victory on the horizon here.
Man, it's not like the Penn State fans aren't treated often, but every fan in this building is getting treated in the first 3 matches at this meet tonight. Sudden victory. Can he score?
And the first person to score is the winner. The sudden victory. They start on their feet.
That's the normal look for Kale. Seems chill all the time, you know. He's been there, done that. I was telling Tom Ryan, I was watching his match last week, and I said, man, I mean, you look like you're calm as ever. Now, Mendez has this opportunity right here, but he's got to get his leg. Okay, now here comes looking for neutral danger, and he gave the three. And counts.
Danger three will give the first three, and not pleased with this is Mendez. How did you see it?
I thought it was a fast count. And so, hey, it'll prove out. Now, I could be wrong there. And so
Tom Ryan has thrown the block. They're going to go to replay. Wouldn't we have it? 3 straight matches.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it very well might have been. We're going to be able to see it, but in real time there, I thought that was a fast 3 count. And
all right, let's take a look here now. You do your count.
All right, down, a little snap, and come around by Bartlett into the crotch. Going to pull him over now, and now, all right, 1, 2. Now is he back to 90? I'd say he's back to 90. Now, 1, 2. He might have been back to 90. I think that's a real judgment call. I thought it was fast. I mean, it could be called. It's not going to get overturned.
I was going to say.
Okay, 1, 2. Now back to 90. 1. But no, I thought he indicated that it was back to 90, but he might have been saying that's my 3rd count. Boy, that was close.
If it's that close, that was they're probably going to say with what's on the mat, right?
Yes. Yeah.
They're counting it out right here. You can see our 2 officials, Nick Grosso and Angel Rivera, have had a lot of action over at the video monitor early on.
And you know, and this is what the outside official is for. There's the Angel, one of the best in the nation. He's really, really good. Nick is too. But hey, he's got to step in there and you know, say, I don't think so, if he doesn't think so, and not just let the official that called it go with it just because he doesn't want to argue with him. And I'm not saying they're doing. I'm just saying, hey, what's the outside official for? So if he sees it differently, step in.
So the crowd here at Rec Hall is sitting down, awaiting the call here at 141 pounds in sudden victory.
Further review, the call on the mat is confirmed. 3 green.
Let's stay with how it went on the mat. A 3 going down. That time for Bo Bartlett. And he'll continue his undefeated streak. 14-0 now on the year. Number 1's over there. Starachi, the 3-time national champ, who's 8-0 right now. And Rocco Welsh, the freshman, has got a tall mountain to climb here. 14-2 on the season. He's looking to provide an upset.
Well, Carter Starachi, one of the best, 3-time NCAA champion, looking to be the 6th if they go in order. 4-timer, has aspirations. Both he and Brooks are legitimate Olympic contenders for this year's Olympic team. And so this is just step by step. I mean, the NCAA's, if not the final stop in their training. They're training all the way through for their ultimate goals, and here comes the man. And he's fearless. But I'm going to tell you, after watching those first 6 matches, Ohio State is showing no fear.
Yeah.
And so I guarantee you that Rocco Welsh has no fear, and he's a brawler. And so he's standing on the shoulders of some Buckeyes that have come out here and towed the line tonight.
Set.
Carter Starachi, 8-0 on the year, the senior from Penn State, is from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Fingers.
Looking to be one of those guys to join the club of a 4-time NCAA national champion like his coach, Cale Sanderson.
Cathedral Prep putting out a lot of Division I wrestlers. Mike Hassey, the head coach, and they're throughout the Big Ten and the country right now. And you know, it's one thing to have a great high school and establish yourself there, but it's another thing when you start seeing your athletes go to the next level at Division I and able to execute and be successful. Nice shot by Starachi there.
No control.
Rocco trying to keep that.
Nothing yet.
No, nice job by Starachi. And he
No
comes
control.
up with footwork again. And Now Strachey knowing where he's at. Watch his foot. Stays in. 3 points.
On the edge of the mat, Strachey continues to wrestle. And gets the first takedown of the match.
So
Green, you're up,
offensive
Red, you're down.
minded. But also what I've
Down,
seen
face me.
is he's got great defensive
Other way, thank you.
fundamentals as well. And you put those two together, and hey, it's hard. He's a winner.
Bottom man
and
set.
he's had
Cover proper,
recent
you're up.
illness. Wasn't in the lineup a week or so ago. Various injuries, but he's one of those guys, like all top-level wrestlers. It's just pain. You know, he wants to wrestle. You know, it's just pain. I'm just a little sick. Let me get on the mat.
One red neutral.
Sometimes it's not your
One
choice. It's
neutral.
out of
Do
your
it in the
hands.
center.
Welsh will escape. These two, a couple of Pennsylvania boys. Waynesburg, Pennsylvania for Rocco Welsh. And these two have combined for 4 Pennsylvania state titles, 2 apiece, and 7 finals appearances. In the great state of Pennsylvania, a lot of good high school wrestling.
You know, we talk about high school wrestlers coming out, and they're ready. The one thing we have traditionally talked about is
Stop.
they're usually
Stay
not
on
as
me.
good
Let's get
on
out
the
of those
bottom
fingers.
as they have to get. Well, another thing that
Stay on the grip, fellas.
that is
Step.
real is you've never had to hand fight in high school like you have to hand fight right here, and so this is where a true freshman
out of those
just
fingers.
knowing how to hand fight and keep your position against the best. Besides a lot of things, I mean, you know, it's the schoolwork, it's the weight training, it's the pace. It's a different story no matter how good you are.
Rocco Welch is 2-2 in Big Ten duels so far this season, and injuries put him in this lineup, and the true freshman's impressed. A lot of people over there on the bench for Ohio State, and he's been able to solidify himself at 174.
Yeah, we placed an unfortunate unfortunate out with an injury. An All-American in his career, but injuries have played a big part of his career, and it has to be really frustrating for him. But you know, he obviously did a good job early in the year at getting Rocco Welsh ready as a freshman, and here he is competing against, you know, Strachey's just next level. He's at a whole different level, even of Shane Griffith and Makai Lewis, and that's saying a lot. I mean, this guy's at his own level at the top.
Do it in the middle.
There was a warning for stalling coming against Welsh.
There we go. Top
Here's that
5
one
neutral.
takedown so far in the match for Strachey.
Yeah, slow, patient, deliberate, hooks the leg, comes across the hips, and then gets behind, lifts, but he understands where he's at. So he's got to anchor down, knees down, nice mat return. Not the big boom that maybe makes the highlights for Shane, but it's still a tremendous mat return right there. And the mat return was the first return for the takedown.
Welsh has been able to show up in a couple of big matches this season, 4-2 in those
One red neutral.
matches against ranked
Neutral.
opponents.
Do it in
This
the
time he
center.
gets out and gets an escape to make it a 3-2 match.
Hands on first, Rocco. Gotta speed everything up, Rocco.
This is where the hand fighting come in. You get the inside. You get that inside. Easier said than done against Strachey, but that's what has to be done. That's what you have to work for.
Big snap.
Snap the head. Make it hard.
Got a minute, Rocco. 1 minute.
Work through that.
Nice outside single attempt. Nice Strachey. Taking territory. Good forward pressure. Kind of a standing seatbelt position right there. Knows what he wants. Looking to pick that ankle. Nice job by Welsh. But right now, again, if they go off and a little push out here, there would be a stall call.
Action to center.
Oh, nice job. Strachey doesn't force the issue. Welsh comes back to the center.
Yeah, already a warning coming against Welsh for stalling.
Get out of those fingers. Get out of them.
Welsh has done a nice job here so far, being able to counter Strachey with 1 takedown, and that's been the difference in this one.
Yeah, a couple of times now. That's 3 that he is not allowed Strachey get an easy takedown. And so now you got to continue to yourself get in there, get your ties.
Bottom. Green's going bottom. Green, bottom.
He didn't come out here to lose closely. And that's the whole thing about a freshman here. Again, we talked about this with Kasich. Tom Ryan is not looking for him to lose close and not really get after it. He wants him to do what he's capable of doing. Whether it is successful or not isn't the issue as much as are you willing to get out and mix it up.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Kel Sanderson this week said we want to focus more on performance than just winning and losing. Focusing on performance is a higher standard, and it's what they want to get out of these next couple of guys, couple of number ones in the country.
Yeah, it takes care of itself. I mean, when you're out there performing your best, you're going to win most of the time. But you're not always going to win. But it's still about performance.
Fingers.
Drop the bottom out.
Work to score.
For the Ohio State staff saying take off, go after it. Rocco for Rocco Welsh. What's he got to do to be able to get in there and get his first takedown?
Well, he's got to do what's almost impossible to do against Strachey, and that is, be able to move him so that he can find good looks and good angles and get in on the leg. I mean, and so, Strachey, I said, not only is he offensive minded, but his defensive fundamentals are outstanding. And so it really seems like the one that's really not pulling the trigger. He's right there, Rocco, trying to go, but
Fingers.
Strachey just kind of picking his time right here.
Do it in the center.
Got to stay on him if you're Welsh. You just got to go. Give your best shot. What's your go-to shot? Forget who you are. Same weight class. It's not that much older than you. I mean, yes, 5 years to a true freshman, but you got to go out there and say, hey, I left it on the mat. Use your skills. Whether they work or not.
Warning green.
Got to stall.
Stall warning coming against Strachey with just 3 seconds.
He made it hard. I mean, Walsh made it hard, but he's going to probably go, I wonder if I had a little more there. But gave a good effort there, and he's going up against the man who is by far the #1 wrestler and 61 consecutive wins, the most in